Welcome back, Thunderleaf fans, to another episode of Cyberpunk. We are super excited to be here with you all and just back again telling our stories. And as always, I'm Donnie, and I play everybody's favorite medtech Scrawl here at the bottom of the sea with my fellow friends and our wonderful dungeon master. As always, we want to give a couple quick shout outs and then we'll throw a quick question around. We'll probably do a little recap here of what's been going on and get everybody back up to speed. So we are kind of transitioning a little bit. We're going to be having occasional breaks. We've been going pretty hard since New Year's. I don't know that we've missed a week since New Year's, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, we're going to be giving ourselves at least like maybe 1 week off a month or so, just to keep content flowing steadily at the same time. As always, we are using Kevin MacLeod from Incom Tech for our intro-outro music. We've got Foundry running our virtual tabletop, which we love for both home games and the stream games that we run. We'd like to, of course, give a huge shout out to the creators of Cyberpunk Red. Our Talsorian Games just puts out a great product, tons of support for it, just always new stuff coming out. We really enjoy playing the game. It's just a great, easy system. So very cool. And I think, and of course, Soundscape running our soundboard. Damn it.
That's Soundscape.
So
close.
1 week I'm going to actually write this stuff down and do it like a professional, but
Oh, where's the fun in that?
It's already been a year, Donnie.
Yeah. Why start now?
Exactly. Why start a good habit late? That's just pointless. All right, Sirenscape, which our producer Greg runs to great effect, and let's go ahead and start that way then. So, Greg, if your childhood as your character had a defining smell, what would it be?
I am Greg, and I play everybody's favorite rocker boy, Static. And I think the defining smell of his childhood would probably be freshly cleaned home. You know, that kind of like it's just been vacuumed and the air smells kind of clean. And there's laundry on the air a little bit. And maybe there's a window open and you can smell some grass coming through. And just that calm Saturday afternoon vibe is the smell that really takes him back.
Good answer. And moving down my window, at least, we'll go to Amy.
Hello. I play Hopscotch, the nomad, whose childhood is absolutely defined by dirt and motor oil.
And then Ray.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ray. Play Cav, who is a former Max Tech officer. And her defining childhood smell would be Chew 2, which is the universe's gasoline. Because, her daddy used to throw it on her.
Cavalry, you just casually dropped some just catastrophically heartbreaking.
That was from like 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. That, I don't know if he's still alive, but he's on the revenge tour.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you're not keeping a badge anymore.
All right. Well, on that note, Scrawl really would relate to smell of antiseptic and that kind of clean smell. It was such contrast to the way he came up in dirty smells and in the rundown poverty. So, yeah, clean smell of antiseptic, very happy place for Scrawl. And Mike, what do you find as our wonderful DM to be a reassuring smell or a reaffirming smell of childhood?
Red Gatorade. I drank so much playing street hockey, all the time. I should have put stock in it. But
foundational. I feel that. That's
No.
awesome. All right. Well, on that note, I think we want to do a kind of, well, Mike, are you going to handle a brief recap, or do you want us to do that now?
We can do that now.
Okay. Any
And then I'll just dive in.
volunteers? Boom. I'm thrown right under the bus. All right. So since we've been away for a week, we all rely heavily on Ray's wonderful notes to get caught up. And if you do want to check those out, you can check that down in our Patreon down below in the notes, where you can also click that subscribe button, catch all of our great content, join our Discord, as well as get Ray's very colorful notes. And
It's a good usage of word. Yeah.
we always get a good laugh out of them, so they're great. So yeah, last week we kind of did some new jobs. Scrawl was in the Medbay. Cav did her service, security service job. We had Hopscotch visiting the, what was it, the algae farm, essentially, the
hydroponics, yeah.
Hydroponics, and kind of learning where the raspberry smells and lucidate drugs may be getting derived from a little bit. We had a underwater adventure with Static, which nearly ended in disaster, as most of Static's adventures do.
True.
But we did learn there is an elevator out of here. We learned that people may just be getting memory wiped, and so we may have been down here substantially longer than we'd hope. But we have managed to start removing some of the tracking cyber tech in us, in starting with Static, and not sure how we're getting it out of Scrawl since he's the doctor, but we'll have to figure that out. Didn't consider that in my plans, but yeah, we'll get there. Otherwise, though, we ended with Cav's investigation gone borked, and with Cav probably going in the hole here. Framed for the murder, or for stealing the cyber dog, and for another dead guard, was it?
Probably. She's probably getting framed for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So gonna be a bummer. So much for low profiles. And with that note, we will step away for just a few moments and come back to find out how borked we are.
All right. And as we left off, everyone was kind of gathered in the Pillow Fort, kind of discussing their findings from the last couple days, as Cav was worried about potentially being framed for the murder of a guard that Static originally found, but she had stumbled upon as a guard was investigating, as heavy footsteps are coming down the walkway towards the cell. I know we had discussed a little bit last time about some thoughts or plans here. Is there anything you guys wanted to discuss quickly before those footsteps arrive?
I'm gonna look at Hopscotch and just very matter-of-factly, whatever happens, do not get involved with that thing in your back. What they can do to you, just promise me you won't do anything.
I can't do that, but I will try my best.
But it does sound like an awfully good idea, from not getting involved. It might be the smartest thing to do for you right now.
I rolled real bad last time.
You did.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Though, I think we're gonna be okay on this one.
Mhm.
I'm here for you, and I think we might actually be okay.
It is before lights out, so it's not necessarily strange that the four of you would kind of be gathered in one cell. But are you guys gonna all kind of stay in place? Are you guys other two gonna skip out real quick?
Scatter.
Bye, Scrawl.
It's for team.
I think Static will stay in the cell. You know?
I mean, 50-50, they're coming for you too, bro.
Exactly.
I actually do think legitimately Scrawl would try and duck out if possible.
The golden boy of the prison. Of course he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, his whole plan is also in staying out of trouble and being able to work in Medbay, and so being caught with you degenerates is apparently the problem. So
Sure. And don't forget, I gave you the little vial of algae to test for the Lucidate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder, because I definitely would not have remembered.
That's the one thing I do remember.
Yes. Yeah, so you have a little vial of algae that she managed to smuggle out through one of her under uniform belts. And yeah, so as you kind of duck out, Scrawl, you see two guards coming down the corridor, kind of walking in a determined kind of pace towards the cell, and they just kind of clock you, but don't seem to do anything else, as you know, other people kind of like step back away from the cell and then kind of like peek out behind as they kind of walk by, as these guards step in front of the cell as you make your way around to yours. One of the guards
just leaving.
One of the guards points in the cell, "You, out," and points at Cav.
All right. Where are we going?
And they are gonna kind of, flank you on either side and start to walk you down the hall away from the cell.
Well, what did
Okay.
she do? Why are you taking her?
The one on the back is gonna be like, "Not your concern."
It very much is my concern.
It will be real quick, as he looks kind of at his watch, if you don't get back in that cell before these lights go out.
It's just the two of them?
Mm-hmm. A couple people just kind of like peering out their cell doors, kind of just watching, so there's a little bit of a commotion happening.
Is Cav giving the head shake, Ray, or is that Ray giving the head shake?
It's both. Don't do
Okay.
it. Don't do it. You just heard me tell Hopscotch to not get involved.
Yes, but that's hopscotch.
That's true.
But you're lucky I don't want any trouble tonight. And Static will start heading back towards his cell.
I am going to follow
Get you out.
in the way that Hopscotch do dumb stuff. And I'm just going to continue talking. I'm going to be like, I was in the middle of a story, excuse me, and I'm just going to keep talking about whatever dumb random thing and just play off like I was in the middle of this really important story about, like, I don't know, an ex-lover or something. And I'm just going to chatter my little face off as I'm walking right up on Cav as they're going down the hall.
Get back in your cell. This is not your issue. We just need to talk to this one alone.
You're going to want to hear the rest of this story too. Trust me. No, this is the best part.
You're going to want to get back in that cell.
This is the best part. So then he just, no pants. This is the
He's gonna
wildest part.
Pull a little baton from his kind of belt to extend it and turn it on as it crackles with electricity.
That's what he did in the story.
Great.
Oh my God.
Back in the cell.
Do you? Oh my God, you know Charlie?
The one behind him is going
How do you
to
know
bring up his
Charlie?
tablet and start to type on the tablet.
I'm
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be all right.
Okay, we'll finish the story after. You're gonna love it. I can't believe you know Charlie. That's so funny. I'll back up, but I'm just like a few paces, and I'm just gonna stand on the rail and watch as much as I can.
Yeah, and they will continue to march Cav down, and then out the main like cell block door, kind of into the area that leads to where like the kitchen and things like that are, that kind of more central common areas, as she will go out of sight. And they lead you to a small kind of room. It looks like at one point it was kind of designed to be like they might have little like classes in here, so there's some kind of chairs and like a whiteboard kind of thing set up that's definitely hasn't been used in a long time. And one of the guards stays outside the door, and one of them kind of shoves you into the room and follows behind and sure. As he kind of looks at you, you seem to have gotten yourself into quite the issue, murdering a guard.
Okay, first of all, I've been a prisoner here this whole time. Obviously, I haven't had the opportunity to murder anyone. I get tasked for 1 minute to investigate something. I find a dead guy, and all of a sudden, I'm the one that murdered him?
Just real suspicious to, come across this body in places that most people haven't been before, right how to get there, a secret way. So that kind of shows that you know how to get in and out of places.
Okay, I didn't know a secret way. I followed the pieces parts of the stupid drone I was supposed to figure out what happened to.
Did you figure out what happened to that drone?
It looks like it got torn apart, presumably by that guard, but I don't know, because as soon as I found him, Officer Pencil Dick, is he in the room?
No, it is a different...
is magically right there and says, I'm the one that murdered him, and takes me up. Like, clearly, you don't think that's suspicious at all, that somebody else is down there with pieces of the drone, with the dead guard, and find a prisoner, and they're like, oh, you did it. Yeah. Unlikely.
And he will kind of pull up his tablet, tap on it a little bit, and turn it around to you, and show you that there is a order for you to be brought to the pit. So he kind of shows you, and he goes, well, that's not how the warden is seeing this.
And how does the warden see it?
Warden sees this as you somehow had gotten into those tunnels, destroyed this drone, murdered a guard who probably caught you doing God knows what. So he would like you thrown in the pit.
How likely?
Maybe you learn a lesson.
How likely do you think it was that any of that actually happened? That a prisoner got out, got into the vents, took out a security drone by themselves, and killed a guard in what? The 5 minutes that I was unsupervised between the time the warden told me to go investigate this?
You do have a rather impressive record, looking at your history here.
Thank you. But really...
So I wouldn't put anything past you. But that also brings me to a question. I'm sure you would prefer to avoid the pit, no?
Clearly.
Good. I think maybe this order gets lost somewhere. But I'm going to need a favor.
Of course.
Hey, and he is going to like power off his tablet and his radio. I think something is not quite right in the guard quarters.
You don't say.
There's this pervasive smell.
Is it raspberries?
Yes. They say it's the cleaning supplies.
It's not.
I don't think so either. Where the air vent kind of I have a suspicion where they might be piping this in to some of the air supplies. I think I know where that control room is. I think you seem to know your way around here, how to get in and out of places without being noticed. Maybe you can get down there and shut off the supply to the guards area. I don't know what they're doing to us, but I am not I don't trust it.
Look, I certainly haven't been crawling through the air vents like the warden seems to suspect, but between us, I can definitely get things done. So you tell me what you need, and I'll make sure there's no more weird smells in the guards' quarters. What's your name?
Kessler.
Kessler?
Adrian. Yeah.
How do we make sure the warden thinks I'm in the pit?
Well, we get this order sent out. We kind of maybe change some names on the order. You know, we can take care of that. You know, we've got some ideas, but that gets taken care of. You get some time to go check out this little control room down in the basement. Make your way there, and we can make both of our lives better.
Okay. Okay, and what happens after I do this? You're not gonna turn around and put me in the pit end area?
Someone should already be taking your place in the pit, so won't need to. You just gotta lay low and stay out of trouble.
That one's a little harder.
So it seems.
I can keep my guard duty after my pit time is over?
Yeah, Warden hasn't said otherwise. So you come out, you go through the medical recovery, and release back into your normal duties.
Officer Kessler, you got yourself a deal. She'll hold out her hand.
He will shake and describe down in that flooded basement area, around in that kind of upper right-hand quadrant. There were some control rooms, and he thinks that through some of those rooms back there, there are some kind of control valves where they might be kind of patching this in.
Okay. What weird behavior
it's
are you
flooded
like?
back there, so I can't get back there.
What, apart from the smell, like what made you think something is weird here?
They give some strange orders, and no one seems to care. And I don't know if you've been in a prison before, but this one is real weird.
This one's weird for sure.
It is strange how easygoing all these guards are, how easygoing all the inmates are.
How long have you been here?
This is my first tour down here. I've been here a couple weeks.
Is it? Is it?
So, some of these other guards have been here a long time, and they're real weird. Real quiet in the mess halls. It's just not right.
All right. She will take in all the information about what she's going to be doing once she gets into the flooded zone of the basement. Do you know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you know how to turn it off at all?
From what I've seen, kind of looking back there, I haven't been able to gather too much, but it looks like there's just a series of kind of control valves. So I'm guessing it's some of those being piped in. There's rumors of some sort of lab down there, so I'm guessing it's piping in from there. So I'm hoping something sticks out once you get down there, but that's where all of the pipes pushing anything would go through.
Do you have
any of the sprinkler systems, any of the air systems? They all kind of filter through those control valves down there.
blueprints at all? Directions?
So he will kind of pull out like a little scrap of paper that he's kind of sketched out, kind of a rough map from that central elevator downstairs to over where these controls are, and he's kind of got a little circle in the back.
Okay.
He's like, I couldn't print anything else out. I don't want to raise any alarms.
Yeah, of course. All right. Is that it?
This is obviously between us.
Sure.
And I will deny everything should this come up, but I appreciate the help getting to the bottom of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you keeping me out of the pit.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go back in there. And he will open the door.
Wait, what? How many times have I been in there?
And he will just open the door, and the other guard can lead you back.
Okay.
And they will bring you back to the cell and stomp back away. You've probably got a couple minutes before lights out.
Scotch, holy
Anything
shit.
you wanted to do?
Just to keep up the facade that I'm an idiot, I'll just like yell down the hallway and be like, okay, but about Charlie, and just see if the guards are like interested in the story, just to keep it up.
So I will regale Hopscotch. I've been in the pit before. They just told me I was in the pit before.
So it turns out that it like wipes your freaking memory. Because remember that other guy that beat the shit out of Static? Like I saw them put him on a sub and then take him out, and he was like, "Oh, I've never been here before, new prisoner." It just, we could have been there 100 times.
Oh, okay. So, we gotta get out of here.
What can you do? That tablet thing, does it have any access to anything? Like, can we learn anything about ourselves?
I gave you the tablet because I didn't want to have anything on me. I gave you that a week ago.
Sorry, I mean, it's right here.
It's my underboob.
Yeah. Look, you hold things. You need hands free. You do what you gotta do, people.
If it works, it works, right?
It does. It does work. Okay, well, when it's lights out and it's quiet and we're in a pillow fort tucked away, then I can pull it out safely. But I mean, Yeah, it's definitely seeing that just messed with my head a little bit. But also, like, is this mattress extra comfortable tonight? Like, I'm really kind of feeling it. Like, I don't know. I think the wrench is like lining right up with the spine. That like it feels good tonight, right?
No, we gotta get you out of here. Okay, I need Scrawl. Maybe this is bad.
Scrawl is keeping a low profile, being a good inmate in his cell.
So I'll also tell Hopscotch, like, I gotta get in the vents. Like, I have to go back to the flooded area. This is like a whole thing. This is where they're pumping in the raspberries.
Yeah,
See
no,
where it's
that
coming from?
starts. Did you know that algae smells like raspberries?
No.
Oh, well, this one does. It's not supposed to, by the way, but these ones do. And yeah, I might have fallen in earlier. It's fine.
You fell in?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Just like a small dunk. It's fine.
Does Hopscotch smell like raspberries?
It's hard to tell. Everything smells like raspberries. You
And
start to
also
get
just
nose
bad.
blind after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's my evening. I'm like, should I be breathing near her right now?
No.
All right. Anything the guys wanted to do before lights out?
I don't think we have any unfinished business. I surgically entangled myself with Static, so we're all square.
Yeah.
Scrawl is the coolest ever, by the by, Donnie. Just so impressed by like the nasal swap thing.
Yeah, that was such a cool move.
It was so good.
Oh.
Also, I kind of want to go down to their cell and just slap Static across the face and then leave. For no reason.
Static has
Just
a grenade in
entertainment.
his knee. Remember that.
You said you were going to be singing. You were working on new music and we're like, shut up. And then just,
Okay, that's fair. He
threatened
definitely,
me.
he's still working on Mermaid Girls.
Yeah, no, you threatened to sing that loud enough for me to hear. And if I can, that is what will happen.
Okay. Then, yeah. He's singing Mermaid Girls.
You hear a bunch of conflicting yelling down the hall. Some people be like, and some people be like, come on.
Ow! I was
He was just
working
getting
on
into
a
it. He just
song,
started figuring it out.
Hopscotch. Fine. Good night to you too.
Okay, good night.
And we can pick up in the morning as you are kind of having some breakfast, getting, prepared for the day, and kind of sitting in the lunchroom. It's the same crowd, big room, couple guards standing around the edges, people kind of quietly kind of talking amongst themselves as one of the guards comes over to the table and looks at Hopscotch and Static and says, you've been temporarily reassigned today. We're going to need you both up in the agrodomes.
Probably for the better. I mean, I did get crushed nearly to death yesterday.
Interesting. And he will walk away.
Seems it didn't
I'm
make
really good at
news.
farming. I get it, but why you? You're bad at everything.
Less of a liability if I'm less likely to get crushed, and if I do, it's not outside, and they don't have to rush me inside. Much less of an ordeal, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get used to thinking like this after a while.
He sounded weird, right?
He definitely sounded weird. Like,
Hmm.
he was kind of flat.
I feel unsettled. That's all.
Are you feeling all right? seem a little more easygoing, a little more relaxed.
I just slept pretty good.
With those wrenches.
Sometimes they align with the spine, and it just like really good support.
That doesn't sound right, Hopscotch, but if you say so.
You all should really take good lessons from Hopscotch. Finally accepting reality of situation. Just bide time, enjoy it, do good, and the opportunities will present themselves. You all keep
Scrawl.
getting in lots of trouble. Do like Hopscotch.
Yeah, a good night's sleep is a good night's sleep anywhere. Am I right?
Speaking my language.
I'll see if I can get you some extra bloobs today.
I mean, just the normal allotment of boobs will be just fine.
Wait, what got big boobs?
Blue!
Oh.
Blueberries!
Oh. You got me rather excited for a minute there.
Yeah. We do call them juicy bloobs in my house, by the way. That's all.
Wait.
You don't call them that.
We
You
do
don't
now.
Go to the farm and be like, look, I picked a whole case of juicy bloobs. You don't say that?
No.
Oh, you broke Donnie. Oh, you did. He's crying.
Oh my gosh.
Juicy blooms make Donnie cry.
Well, good night, everybody. That's it.
I don't know that we can top that.
Nope.
All right.
You had a good run.
We did. At least it ended on juicy blooms.
My favorite fruit.
Oh.
Mine too.
Mike, you want to get us back on track?
All right.
Wow.
So,
Sorry, Mike.
you guys have been given your temporary reassignments. Scrawl, you still have your Medbay. And Cav
We're going on an adventure.
has to be disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, Kaz's gonna be hungry, hiding in the tunnels.
All right. As you guys are kind of finishing up your breakfast, an Officer Kessler appears in the doorway. Inmate up, and kind of like snaps his fingers, looking over towards Cav.
Shit. He's gonna get up and go.
Let's go. As he's gonna kind of drag you, kind of shove and kind of pull you away out of the lunch area.
Don't worry, Cav. By the time you're out, I'll have Mermaid Girls finished. You have that to look forward to.
Thanks. She's gonna like hang her head a little bit as she's like being escorted out.
All right, and the rest of the inmates have been dismissed to their duties. So let's jump over to Scrawl. Going up into the medical station again. Coming in, Alina is busy kind of doing some prep stuff for the day, kind of refilling some of the supplies in the rooms and things like that. As you kind of come in, there is a stack of orders on the desk as she kind of pops her head back around. Scroll, when you come in, can you process some of these orders for us? We've got to kind of enter these things into the system, and then we can finish getting ready for the day.
Hey, Alina, you got it. You working hard or hardly working today?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
She will kind of go through and get back to some work, stocking some shelves, and kind of leave you to the front little kind of reception area.
And he will start working on the paperwork. Is there any kind of like unifying theme to whatever paperwork they had for him, or?
So a lot of it is just kind of like patient records, trying to do some updates and things like that. But there is one that stands out. There is a transfer from the pit. So it is a inmate who is currently in the pit that they would like removed. So typically these things originate from security. They come to medical because medical needs to be on hand to help revive the patient. This one, the authorization is blacked out.
Interesting.
And there is a section that says actions required. And, it's medical stabilization, which is the typical, but there's also a line for neural tissue sample extraction beneath it.
Who is the patient?
There's a Rafael Moro.
Oh.
Doesn't ring any bells.
All right, just some schmuck. Yeah, when's he supposed to be coming in?
So he is supposed to be extracted today.
Perfect. Do I think I will have any opportunity to notify one of my friends to line up this time frame? Do I get like a lunch break or anything?
Yeah. There's lunch breaks.
Perfect.
So yeah, you can time to be, after lunch and kind of coordinate some things if you want to kind of mess with the records a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Try and forge them or something to be like rescheduled until, or maybe I'll shuffle the schedule so that it's even maybe a little less noticeable. Like if I can bump like the doctor's afternoon appointments to morning and so on.
Yeah. Let's see do you want to do a forgery? Do you want to do a bureaucracy, business?
Well, probably bureaucracy feels right, even though I'm terrible at it. Yeah. Let's go for it. Dice go.
Oh, dice no go.
Still low, Donnie. Still rolling low.
Yeah, we got to get a Cthulhu game
Somehow
going
an
with
8.
those rolls, dude.
I got my AMs and PMs mixed up.
So as you kind of commit that, this is flagged for as soon as possible. To pull them out.
Undo. Oh, it's saved. Shit.
Why do I have a 4 a.m.
Wait for
appointment?
next time.
So as you kind of enter these things, you kind of hear some beeping in the back, and a burst of activity as they start frantically gathering some supplies. Alina's like, a little heads up would have been nice if we had to do this right now.
I mean, I don't make these decisions. I'm just here. I just walked in the door. I tell you what, I lend hand with surgery and prep room and get things ready. What can I do to help?
If you want to, have you done one of these before?
Yes. What are we doing?
Oh, great. So she'll go into the details of the, drug cocktail that they're given to keep them down, all the supplies and kind of things like that, and kind of walk you through the process to disconnect someone from all this tubing, and then you're going to put them on some portal monitors, bring them up here, for the end of their recovery.
So as she walks me through this process, do I see any way that I might be able to interfere with the drug cocktail in a way that would cause the patient to have to be under observation for a long time, or like slow their revival even longer?
There's a ton of different times you could do that, right? They're going to be up here in recovery, so you could do it after the fact. There's, you're going down into the prison blocks and pulling someone out and trying to quickly disconnect them, reconnect them. So there's some chaos going on there. That would be a good time. They're kind of left to, medical to supervise. So you've kind of got some leeway as long as you can make sure no one's looking.
Perfect. I will be watching for an opportune moment to do so. In that way, even though I managed to fuck up the schedules, I can maybe still figure this out.
Yeah, so she will kind of get the stretcher as the door two security guards kind of come in a little out of breath. We got an emergency transfer order?
Yeah, what took so long? This paperwork was in hours ago.
We just found out about it. Let's go. And then so Alina will have one side of the stretcher and kind of look at you to, all right, let's go grab him.
All right, following you.
Yeah, and it leads you down into the cell blocks and into the cell block adjacent to yours. So you guys are housed in C. They're going to bring you into cell B, which is the same multi-structured layout. And they will bring you down to that ground floor. As those large doors open, it's pretty quiet because it's, during the day, during everybody's shifts. So most of the cells are empty in here. The guards will escort you down to the center of this room, and there are 4 large tubes in the ground. Can I have a perception?
Yeah. So this is just another block, pretty much identical to ours, but not ours.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
16.
Okay. Yeah, so as they kind of bring you down and Alina starts to type a code in and pop open the lid for this one, you do see in the tube next to that one has a little scrolling display screen on it that kind of goes through temperature and vital signs and things like that, and then eventually cycles through to say Atwood on it.
Boom.
And Alina will kind of open the lid, and inside there's just this black water and a large, body kind of floating in it, connected to all these tubes and things like that. And Alina will, ask for your help to hoist the person out and get them all kinds of disconnected to everything.
Alina,
are you just
black
going through
water.
and
Is there not waste disposal systems in these tubes?
So when you pull them out, it is normal water. It's just there is no light in there, so it's kind of like so it's just pitch black inside, but it's just seawater when you kind of pull it out and kind of feel it and smell it.
Okay, feel much better now.
Just icy cold, but yeah.
Interesting. Have you guys stabilized cryostabilization? Interesting.
I guess that's part of it. I don't think it's cold to that, but yes. Yeah, that must be what they're doing. As she kind of stops herself. And then you can kind of get this guy put up on the gurney, unconscious, and disconnect all the tubes from all of the arms, the head, the breathing mask, all of it. There's just a ton of different connections going into these people. As one of the guards seals the lid behind, as that screen blinks out, and you wheel him out. Jumping over to... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, as we're walking up, I'm going to start asking questions about the efficacy of disposing of the body and just preserving the brain and replacing the body with cyberware with Alina.
Oh yeah, she will go into. Have you performed any of those procedures? I know you've got some surgical backgrounds.
Well, I mean, we don't talk about experimental surgeries. These are purely exercises of the mind. Yes. But there could have been a dog once, maybe.
Yeah, the procedures are coming along. They're relatively stable now. You know, you can get your their Biotechnica's got this biosystem that can kind of preserve the brain and give you the ability to interact with cybertech bodies and limbs. So, you know, we're getting there on the kind of full body conversions, as they're calling it.
I think I may have chose the wrong side in this conversation. Are they hiring?
Will go on about. Yeah, she'll go on about some of the latest like research she's been reading about it and procedures, and you know, kind of the efficacy rate of, you know, it's pretty good. You know, you're at 70% survive.
That's pretty solid. But yeah, I'll let you go on to the whoever else.
And we can head over to Hopscotch and Static, going up the long elevator ride that you had originally come in on. Again, couple people who are going to be working out in the farms. There's a couple more people than there had been usual Hopscotch, so it's a little bit more crowded than usual for kind of your morning shift up here. But they will slowly take you up to the top, and gates open, and as you come out, there's a guard at the top. Most of you who are working in the domes will head that way. The rest of you are with me, and he looks at Hopscotch and says, "You're with me today." And we'll take the kind of group of a dozen or so people and lead you over towards where those kind of sub-dock is, where there was that kind of big commotion when there was that delivery yesterday, Hopscotch. You had seen that sub come in. Kind of looked like it had some issues. So they're bringing you over to that dock. And so just to kind of set the stage again, this is one of those kind of like giant domes of mud glass. But as you look outside, it's mostly pitch black, although you can see a little bit of kind of sediment swirling around. There's a large banks of hydroponic sections growing kind of some fruits and some vegetable kind of things, and then there's the large mats of algae. And on the other side is this kind of large subdock where you could first come in, and that is where there are some pressure suits gathered, there are some control systems gathered, and there's a lot of people doing some work over there, kind of doing some repairs. As he kind of leads you over and looks to say, I am Supervisor Song, and you've all been assigned to me to help repair the damage that this stupid subpilot has done to our nice little dock here. So we're going to need some people repairing these things. And kind of looking through his tablet, there is an inmate here who's got some vehicle repair experience. You have been assigned to be our welder. Kind of looks
awesome.
up at you, Hopscotch. And then kind of looks at the suit and says, "You're going to want to get in that pressure suit. You're going out there." And tosses a controller to Static. You are going to aim that drone because you've proven you can't be trusted in a pressure suit.
No, I can't.
So you're going to pilot the drone to hold the clamp in place while your fellow inmate welds it and connects everything.
Well, that seems like a much
I
smarter
get a
allocation.
partner? Look, you need a mechanic. I am your gal, 100%. Let's hit this shit, friend. Can I have a different partner? I cannot tell you how correct you are in the incompetence level of that one.
I'm not made
Do we
for
have
prison
any
life.
trained monkeys?
I'm very useful up top.
You're looking at him.
That's fair, isn't it?
Hopscotch, I will do my best. I won't screw this up. I promise I'll try.
Intentionally.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm just gonna like lean over to the guard and be like, okay, but if he messes up, I get one free punch, right?
I didn't see anything.
God bless you. All right. Let's get that suit. Mama loves to weld.
Yeah, so everybody else is, going about their duties, kind of fixing up the dock itself, and you are helped into this pressure suit as Scrawl is given some brief instruction on kind of the drone controls, but, left, right, up, down, kind of keep it steady. And you are shown the way into a small ladder where you can get into the dark water. And so you can kind of hear as the radio kind of crackles on in the helmet. We are operating a bit above the surface, so there is no ground out there. So keep an eye on that, and don't drop anything because it's a long way down.
Because we're only 10 feet below the actual surface. Obvious.
Add a couple zeros.
Clearly.
But close enough.
I'm sticking with that, you guys. It's a long day down because we're at the top. Fine.
There you go. And then as you start to get in, we've got an incoming sub in 30 minutes, so we're going to need that clamp set up real quick, or this whole schedule is going to get backed up.
I mean, not a problem. Just, you don't need it to look pretty, right? Just functional?
Just functional.
Excellent.
All right, and as you're getting in there, Static, how about an athletics to get this drone kind of to pick up the device and kind of maneuver it over to where it needs to be. So you've kind of got this control of this kind of sub with this giant gripper arm that's holding this clamp. Okay.
Let go of Hopscotch.
It's a little wobbly.
Static!
It's a little erratic.
It's my first time running one of these.
Hopscotch, let's see an athletics for you to kind of maneuver your way over to where you need to be. We're going to do a -2 with the static as this kind of thing is kicking up some sediment and a little turbulence.
Not like you need it.
23!
All right, yeah. Yeah, so as you kind of get down there, it is black except for the little bit of light that comes from your suit. So as you kind of come down there, and you there's some arm hold, kind of hand hold things down there to kind of make your way around. And it is just black all around you. There's this lattice of these kind of heavy steel beams bolted to some support structures, and they kind of drop off into the distance. So, I mean, you can maybe see 30 feet, and then it's just black. You can see some large shafts that look like they're supporting things. You can kind of see like what looks large enough to be that elevator you came up on just descends into blackness. And as you look at your kind of depth gauge and pressure, it looks to be at the 1,000 feet mark.
Okay. Can I
Go ahead.
Can I take a second to see if there is anything natural, identifiable around me, like a particular fish or some sort of like seaweed, something that could be identifiable.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do a perception.
I was really going for wilderness there, bro, but all right, fine.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to try wilderness, that could.
I was really.
Yeah. Let's.
Pushing.
I mean, if ever
let's do
there's a
wilderness.
wilderness roll.
I have one thing that I never get to play with.
Well, if you'd quit making the turkeys go extinct. Like.
24.
There's the last dolphin. Do you want to shoot it?
Go for some tuna.
No, I'm going to ride off into the sunset with my new bestie.
That's prison escape.
What's up, Becco?
Yeah.
Off with a dolphin.
Yeah, so you can see kind of in hiding places, kind of among some of the lattice work and things like that. There's a little kind of glowing light that kind of moves. Looks to be kind of like this little tiny fish with it. So it's some sort of, angler fish kind of looking thing that you would kind of recognize. Or there's these kind of very tiny, very pale, like shrimp kind of picking at some of the algae and barnacles that are kind of growing on the structure here. So there's a little bit of sea life, but it's all very kind of like deep sea things. And it's all kind of, small and clustered around the structure.
Okay. So
But you've got a pretty good roll there. So what are you trying to figure out from this?
kind of trying to discern location a little more, because the last thing we noticed told us the hemisphere, didn't really narrow it down. So I am trying to determine if there's something that I could at least, like, okay, I know that only is in this body of water, or I know that they prefer whatever, just to try and narrow down where we are a little bit more.
Okay. With that roll, pretty awesome. You've got a pretty good view of kind of the nature of things. It is much different than anything you have personally seen and recognized. This would kind of make you think you might be more on the North Atlantic side of things than the North Pacific side.
Well, hell. Okay. Wonder if anyone wants to go to New York City. It's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna weld. I'm gonna do the best welding job anybody has ever seen. I'm going to impress the pants off of anyone involved. But I am also going to etch a middle finger into the panel.
All right, Static, let's have a athletics to kind of get this thing into position now that Hopscotch is kind of directing where exactly she needs it to be, as you can kind of communicate via the radio channel a little bit.
13. And
Oh,
I think I'm going to spend 3 luck. Bring that up to a 16.
okay.
Because he's trying to impress Hopscotch.
All right.
And not get punched.
Yeah, also
For the first day in
doesn't want to
prison.
get punched.
Yeah, so, all right, Hopscotch, let's see some basic tech for this welding, and we'll give you a +2 with Static putting it exactly where it needs to be.
Okay, so 21 with +2.
Yeah, and as you kind of light your welding rig and you see these sparks kind of drift up into the water above, kind of lightening the world around you, you are able to etch out this nice little middle finger as you weld this rig in place.
Perfect.
All right, we got a team coming in. You feel good about that welding?
The rest of this place can blow up, and this piece is going to be here forever, bro. I got this.
That's what we like to hear. And they can help you back into the domes.
What exactly happened here yesterday that knocked this off?
It was a new sub-pilot. He kind of crashed into it, and the damn thing snapped off and shot down through the water. So God only that thing is gone too.
Oh, I know exactly where it ended up.
No shit.
It's rather
How
heavy.
do you know?
It landed on my chest.
Yeah. I mean, down. Oh shit, that was you?
Yes,
We
that
heard
was me.
Someone might have gotten got.
Yeah, no, I definitely got
shit.
got. So maybe, but is this new sub-pilot here today?
I'm not sure who's bringing this one down, but you goddamn better not be. I don't want anything happening to my dock again.
If it is, give me some sort of signal because I'd like to break his nose. Learn that from you, Hopscotch.
Good job.
Yeah, well, if Norton ever comes back, I will let you know.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Sounds like a punchable face, Norton.
Damn right,
Broke
Chad.
my dock, he's got it coming. And we can jump over towards Kessler leading Cav through some hallways, through some areas, back to the rec room. As he will kind of close the door behind him as you inside. All right. We've got an order in the works to take you, as he kind of like winks, to the pit. So this is your chance. You've got a little bit of time. There is an access tunnel up in the back there along the ceiling. We can get you up there, and hopefully that gives you time to get down there and see what's going on. See if you can turn off the air vents, or at least the supply. I mean, don't shut off the air. That would be bad.
You kill all the guards.
Perfect plan.
Yeah.
It would conclude this story nicely.
A little prison riot action.
Hey, we know when the next sub is coming. This is perfect.
Yeah, Cav does it.
Yeah, I'll find you.
She's gonna shake his hand again. Like, all right.
All right. Do you need a hand up there? You got this?
No, I'm fine. And she's just gonna like
All right.
one arm muscle up into the vent.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see in athletics for how impressive this is.
One.
And she breaks her arm.
Oh, that's
Thought it was gonna be a one.
for a second.
16.
Yeah, you can definitely very impressively make your way into the air vent there.
Mm-hmm.
Just jumpsuit bursting at the seams.
And then I'm
A little
gonna
bit
like
tighter than it is for
Yeah.
Hopscotch or for Static.
for
but
Static. Yeah, then I'm gonna Bruce Willis my way through the air vents to try to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go from this crappy drawn map.
Yeah, so you're gonna kind of follow where that seems to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes you down a level. It takes you through a couple of winding passages, and let's do a survival just to see how well this map and how well you follow it.
Where is survival?
All the way at the bottom of the education skills.
Wilderness survival?
Yeah. It's the closest thing we got to navigation.
Three.
All right.
Why you need me.
There are definitely parts of the drawing where you look and there is not
There's
a tunnel
not
going
quite
that
right.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna follow where the tunnel goes then. And
Yeah, it is a good, 2 hours of just wandering, kind of squeezing your way through these air vents. It is hot. It is
hot. I was gonna say it's
humid,
getting hot.
It is sticky.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty rough. You passed
worse.
the same point where you guys had squirreled some equipment away in like 4 times.
Ah. Okay, I'm missing something. Okay, we're just gonna take a second. Okay, there's a way out somehow. How do we get to where we were? Let's just think this through. And then she's slowly, methodically gonna start mapping it out herself.
And as you go, you find a turn you haven't taken before.
Thank God.
And as you kind of go through here, you hear some voices coming out from some of the you're starting to see actual like air vent grates now going into different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely hear some talking, and you hear some kind of mechanical noises. There's some things spinning, there's some things beeping. There might be what sounds like a dot matrix printer going. There's some weird noises kind of going on.
Let's go check that out. I would like to, wherever I hear the talking, like try to get to one of those vents and then like eavesdrop.
Sure. So let's have a perception while you're kind of sneaking over to these vents.
17.
Awesome. So kind of making your way down close to these vents and listening, it's definitely a lab environment. You can see various pieces of lab equipment doing things. There are kind of go up and then lead into the wall through like an elbow joint, and there's some kind of vats and kind of pressurized containers below those. There are probably 4 scientists in here in lab coats doing various work on different things. There's pieces of like reagents and chemicals. You see some of the dust that Hopscotch and Static had been mining. You see some algae mats going down here. There's even a tank with a very large kind of squid creature in it down here. There are some kind of like electrical wires running all over the place, going into this tank, going into the walls. And you just kind of hear some talk about levels of chemicals and production and getting the new shipment ready.
Okay. Nothing that Cav really would be able to understand anyway, presumably.
A lot of the science stuff is off,
yeah.
But this, I mean, you can definitely, deduce that this is where they would be kind of manufacturing, synthesizing some of the elucidate from some of the elements that you've seen, some of the things you found, and talking about shipping. So there had been a note that the dead guard had on them about packaging being performed somewhere. So it looks like one of the labs that you had found on the other side of the building that was kind of shut down and abandoned, this one definitely seems to be working.
But this is not where like the control valves are?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like there are things connected to valves that go into the wall.
It's coming from here, but it's not where it's being controlled from. Is that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could try to control it from here, and you can also, but there's witnesses and people.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'm gonna make a note as to where I think this is on the map.
Okay.
After my squiggles were like, you make this loop 4 times, and then you turn a left. Yeah.
It's really important that you do the same thing
4 times in a row.
first.
That's how you unlock the door.
You'll hear a grinding and a click.
Yeah. So, what are we doing now?
I need to find the control valves, or where that would be.
Yeah. Probably another little bit of time trying to work out your squiggles and doing your loops. You can eventually find an air vent that leads you over to a hallway outside of an area with various control systems on one of the far walls. These seem to be looking down from the ceiling. It looks to be maybe chest height flooded.
Okay.
And along the walls, there's piping, and there's some kind of those big kind of crank valves going. And with your prescription, most of these are large kind of metal pipes going through, but you can see where it looks like there's been plastic tubing that comes out of the wall and has been kind of quickly affixed to one of the pipes. So it kind of looks like it was added after the fact.
Okay. I would like to check that no one is around, or there's no cameras or anything, please.
Sure. Another perception, please.
10. You know, it's probably fine. It's flooded, so she's just gonna she's gonna hop right down.
All right. Yeah, so you can splash down pretty easy because it's well cushioned with some nice water. And as you stand up, it is in fact about chest high, icy cold, but you can make your way over.
I will wade my way over to the control panel and be like, "Yep."
Yeah,
and then
if anything was labeled, they had like worn off years ago, but there is just
Nothing.
a series of pipes, just with different, kind of valves on each of them. Seem to be mixing different things. And
is there anything on the note that he left me at all about what would be what? Like, with this, like, this valve would probably be to the guards, or this valve would be.
He's assuming it's
Labeled.
the only place being dosed, and it's labeled.
Okay.
So
So I've got nothing.
yeah, I mean, you can see the pipe that has the tube running into it. But that's the only one that really kind of like stands out as being different. So God only knows what the other ones do.
But like, God only knows what that one does either. Like, just because it's different doesn't mean it's goes to. Okay. Is there anything around me at all that would say? Just anything.
Let's
anything.
Smells the nozzles.
roll a D.
Which one smells?
Roll a D10 under your luck, and let's see if anything hasn't washed away.
Nope. That's a 6.
There's a manual, but it is destroyed by water. You do see the one on the far left is for the fire suppression system. So that one's out. So that leaves you with 3 choices.
Okay. Shit. Yeah. Are they all lucidate? Like, what does it? Is one legit like the oxygen for the whole place? Like, if I just turn them all off, will I shut down the oxygen for the entire prison?
There's only one way to find out.
As everyone's heads explode.
At this point in time, there is one way to find out.
Everyone except Static's head explodes. He just suffocates to death.
Do it. End the whole campaign, Ray. Do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm turning them all.
All right, I'll start working up a backup character.
Excellent. All right. And so these are kind of stuck with some of the water kind of getting up on them. There's some of that kind of like growth going on in them. Maybe a little bit of rust kind of getting them in place. So let's see just do a straight body. Just a D10 plus the body. And let's see if we can...
D10.
You're doing 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, was it 1 or 4 is out, right?
One is the fire suppression system.
So 1 is out. So I won't be touching 1.
Okay.
Let's go 4.
Okay.
D10 plus 7. 10.
Okay. And you can kind of crack that and start to spin it. And as you spin it, you kind of feel some kind of vibrations going through it. So kind of like there's some high pressure water or something flowing through this, and you can kind of feel some resistance as you're turning it.
Okay. Do I notice anything else?
So far, that is just the kind of little bit of resistance until you close it all the way, and then that stops.
Okay. I'm gonna wait like a minute before I do anything else. Do I notice, like, can I feel air still moving? And like, am I getting warmer?
Yeah, you definitely, you still feel air circulating.
Okay. Was that the one that had the plastic line coming from it?
3 is the one that has the plastic
3.
line going into it.
All right. If nothing else has happened, I will make my way to 3.
Okay. Let's do one more body roll.
Consistent.
Yeah. And as you kind of crank this down, you can get that going, and there is a kind of a hissing noise as you are cranking this one down.
Anything else?
Kind of feels like that breeze coming from the air vents may have slowed down.
Okay, I'm gonna make note of that. I'm gonna leave it closed for a second, and then we'll start on valve number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
12.
Yeah, and as you kind of crank down on this one, you can a similar kind of hissing noise then stops as you shut it.
Okay, and I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Am I getting warmer? Do I feel less air?
Your air seems to have become pretty still by this point.
Okay.
And we will cut to Scrawl up in the Medbay as you have your patient in, and you're kind of Alina takes some of the equipment and starts to kind of put some of the drugs back in the cabinet. And you are left in this recovery room with this Rafael Moro hooked up to new machines and beeping. What are we up to?
How long do I think he's going to be in the medical bay? Because last time it was a couple days, right?
Yeah. So it's probably 2-3 days of kind of recovery before then they're taken back out.
Okay. So at this point, I think I'm just kind of like stabilizing, cleaning up, kind of getting to a point where like he'll just be left there and unthought about for the time being. He's my reservoir that I need to put stuff in later.
Can I have Can I have a perception roll, please?
Of course. Perception. Papa?
As you're kind of turning to leave the room, the burst of air is not there as you leave, as you walk past that vent.
Is anybody else feeling sleepy? I just don't have as much energy. Like, just gonna lay down.
And you hear from the back room, is the water out?
How do we run out of water 10,000 feet under the sea?
And that is when the sirens start to go off, the kind of warning sirens.
Alina, what does that one mean?
This means lockdown.
Well, what a nice place to be locked down. I mean, you got deck of cards in deck?
And I think that might be a good place to leave it for next week.
Way to go, cavalry.
Oh, Ray, you've damned us all.
It's fine. I'm still down there. I can turn them back on at any point. It's just no one can notify me as to whether I did a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'll wait until I'm uncomfortable down there and then start flipping them back.
We'll bring backup characters next week, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about where we'll restart in Night City.
It won't be a long campaign where we slowly turn into hallucinate zombies again, but
You can probably hear an alarm, right?
I'm sure I will.
There
hear
are
that.
scientists next door, like they
down
have to
there.
also be alarmed.
Yeah, the alarms will be more intermittent down there, but some of them will work. So you will also see the lights flashing and the sirens going.
well, perfect. Well, that
I killed us all.
brings us
All
to
right.
the end, right? Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, make sure to join us for rave reviews on Wednesday and Sunday at 9 Eastern. And Donnie does it. I'm working on some painting projects on Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern. But yeah, that's all, folks. Appreciate y'all joining us, and we'll see you here again on Thunderleaf Games next time.
We'll see you guys on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, everybody.